Hello viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosemary Watetu. If you are new here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment and share. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you and welcome back. So as I said, my name is Rosemary Watetu. I'm the founder and CEO of Wall Street Africa Consultancy. We do market and social research on behalf of our clients. We make sure that all the clients are able to understand their customer needs. All the clients are able to make the right decisions. All the clients are able to stay ahead of the competition when they're trying to compete with other products. We make sure that they stay ahead of the competition. We also make sure that people understand their customer needs well. So for today's topic, we are going to talk about qualitative research and quantitative, the differences between qualitative and quantitative. So we'll expand more on their differences. Kindly make sure that you watch this video to the end and understand and learn more about qualitative and quantitative differences. Okay, for today's topic, we are going to talk about differences between qualitative and quantitative. I've been talking about the both topics where I expounded more on qualitative. Also, I expounded more on quantitative research. If you've not understood what is their differences, kindly like this video. And if you understand their differences, kindly comment down here in this video and make sure that you explain the differences of the two. So we are going to go direct to the differences. We'll talk about the first difference is all about the purpose of qualitative research. So the purpose of qualitative research, we are going to understand the meanings, we are going to understand the concept, and also the experiences and motivation. So for the qualitative, we understand the meanings, we understand the concept, experiences, and all motivations. That is the purpose of qualitative. When it comes to the purpose of quantitative, we measure variables. We are able to test the hypothesis and also identify the patterns. So this one is more on patterns, more on variables, more on numbers. So that is the purpose of the two. So I hope you've understood the purpose of qualitative and the purpose of quantitative. We go to the second difference. The second difference is all about the nature of the data. As we said earlier, qualitative is all about non-numerical. We don't deal with numerics. We don't deal with numbers. So for qualitative is all about non-numerical. So we always have it as words, images, and observation. We have to observe, we have to get the images, and also we have to get the wordings of the main explanation about the qualitative. So when you're talking about the nature of the data is in terms of words. We are able to explain, they are called like the explanation, the sentences. Everyone is able to explain like an open-ended. You're able to give, you're given time to explain how you feel, to explain your point into full. You're also we can use images on qualitative, and also we can use observation. Here we do the mystery shopping. Maybe you want to understand a certain service. You do an observation on the service and you're able to get the information right there. And when we talk about the nature of data in quantitative, here we talked about numbers. We talked about numbers and statistics. So it's all about numbers. We are supposed to arrange the numbers. You're given numbers, you're given information, and you have to choose from it. You have the numbers itself and statistics, the patterns, how are the patterns available, how the variables are. So that is when it comes to nature of data. When it comes to research approach, we have different approaches when it comes to qualitative. Qualitative, we approach it in terms of open-ended, and it's always flexible. You are flexible. You are able to answer any thing you feel like, whatever you feel like, your motivations, whatever you feel like, your experiences. You're given time to explain everything that you feel like you want to expound on the topic. And also it's open-ended. You're not limited to specific answers. You're not limited to specific questions. You're not limited to specific information. So you are allowed to give each and every information that you feel like it's right, and like each and every information that fits the same topic or the same data. When it comes to research approach in quantitative, this is all about structured and also conclusive. So here you're given, it's like the way you used to it's like primary school exams. You're given answers A to D. You're not given space to write anything beyond the answers that you're given. So that is how quantitative research is. You're not given opportunity to expound more on what you feel. You're not given opportunities to write your own answers. You're only limited to the answers given. So always write according to the answers given. So that is quantitative research. When it comes to research questions, so which questions do you expect in qualitative? In qualitative, we expect questions like why. Why do you think the economy is doing poorly? Why do you think? How do you solve the economy of Kenya? What does it mean when the economy is poor? So that is the answers that we answer. Those are the questions that we expect to get in the qualitative research. For the quantitative research, we also supposed to get quantitative research. We get questions like how many, because we say it is all about numbers. So you have to tell how many, how often, like how many times do you do workout. Let's say it's all about workout. How many people do workout? How many times do you often? To what extent? To what extent is like you need to understand on what extent it's like you're understanding all the questions in the quantitative research. When it comes to the sample size for qualitative is just a small sample size, and it's so purposive sample. It's not statistically represented. So it's all about just a random number. You can say that you're going to do like 6 ideas. Ideas we said is the in-depth interviews. You say that you want to do 5 focus group. This is all about the focus group. I told you what they mean. It's a round table where you get 6 to 8 people to discuss a certain topic, and they have a moderator who is controlling the topic so that people can't go out of the topic. When it comes to, we said that qualitative needs just a small sample size, and out of that small sample size, it's very expensive, but you'll get the right information that you need, because we are targeting the right people. We are targeting people involved directly to whatever research you're doing. When it comes to quantitative, we talk about large sample size. The sample size is supposed to be large. It's supposed to be random sample size. We always do statistically, like we get the percentage of all the population in the country, or maybe the population in the region that we are doing the research in. And then we do it statistically. We maybe do it as a certain percentage of a sample to represent. So that is all about the sample size. We also have the data collection. As I told you, the data collection methods for qualitative, we have focus groups. And the focus group is all about, I told you, is all about a certain group of 6 to 8 people, where we have a moderator who is moderating the project, and people are open to talk and give their impressions, and they are controlled by the moderator so that they can't go beyond the topic. When it comes to in-depth interviews, okay, the second one, the second data collection method is in-depth interviews. These in-depth interviews, they're done by the management level, where you go, let's say you're doing a specific market assessment of all the microfinances in Kenya. So you go and approach the management level, and they're supposed to give you what they feel about the microfinance that they're running through, what they feel that is making them maybe fail, or maybe have more sales and more customers in the market. So then the third one is all about observation. Observation is about mystery shopping. I'll give an example, like when you go to ministry offices, and the ministry assigns us to do mystery shopping, we send someone to go just to do observation. When you talk about observation, it's someone to go and survey, someone to pretend like a customer, and he or she will be able to gather all the information, pretend that he wants to get that service, and they will know on how they've been treated, whether the customer service is right or wrong, whether the person in charge of the ministry or in charge of that section, that they're doing the right thing. Then on the quantitatives, we do surveys. Surveys is all about face-to-face interviews, where you can do them online through CAPI. It's called CAPI, and also we can do them through paper interviews. We used to do them in paper interviews, but nowadays we do them in CAPI, which is a computer assisted interviews, computer assisted personal interviews. Where we have mostly we do them household, and they are face to face. We have structured questions. In this quantitative, I told you all the questions are supposed to be structured, where you're given options and you have to choose between the options you're given. So they are structured questions. We have experiments. We do experiments. Let's say that you want to experiment a certain product like Royco, or maybe any cooking spices. We do experiments like cooking with the different spices without saying the names, and then someone will taste and see which one gives the right taste or gives the best of all, and all the ingredients involved. We also do the secondary data analysis. Secondary data analysis is all about there was a certain survey that was done before, and you want to analyze according to the findings that were done before. Let's say that, like an example I gave about the elections that were done 2022, and then you want to compare with the elections done maybe in the coming 2027, you'll be able to analyze according to what you expected in what happened in 2022, and you expect it to happen in 2027. So it's all about assumptions, and it's all about a secondary information that was done before you're trying to compare the two. The other one is all about the data analysis. How do you analyze the qualitative research? When analyzing the qualitative research, we do coding. We use coding. We also use content analysis, and we use narrative analysis, and also thematic analysis. All this analysis is all about you learn, you listen, because most of them are recorded. You have to do transcribing. You have to listen to the recordings and give like a report of each and every focus group done, each and every idea done through the recordings that are done. When it comes to data analysis in the quantitative, is all about statistical analysis. This one are very, we always talk about the graphs, we all talk about the models, like the graph, the patterns. So we analyze according to the patterns that are in the market. Let's say it's a certain, maybe the structured questions has a specific answer that is more, people have chosen more than the other. So we just do it as a pattern, as a graph. So that is how you analyze the data. When it comes to the outcome, not the outcome, I'll talk about now the tools used for the analysis. When it comes to the tools used in the analysis, we have the interview guide. Interview guide is all about the interviews that were done in the focus group. We have to have an interview guide where you're guided the questions that you're going to follow. We also have, as I said, we have audios and videos recorders. So we've already recorded all the information, and we're just going to listen and do a reporting on it. Also for the quantitative, We talk about the surveys that are done. We get all the information, we get all the data from different customers, from different people. We do it as an Excel. You can analyze it using Excel. You can analyze it using SPSS. Those are more detailed. I will give more details on the next topic about how you analyze the data and how to use Excel, how to use SPSS, how to use the starter. So those are the tools used to analyze the data in quantitative. So I hope you've understand how we analyze both datas and the tools that are used in the data analysis for the qualitative and for the quantitative. Now when we talk about outcome for the qualitative, we get rich, deep understanding of content and emotions and perspectives. So here we are going to get deep understanding. We're going to get a rich information, since we are going to target the right people for the information that we are trying to gather, or from the issue that we are trying to solve, the problem that we are trying to solve. When it comes to the outcome in the quantitative, we get generalized findings, we get the trends, we also get the cause effect, and also we get correlations. This one is all about the trends that are happening, like how often is the product bought, to what time does the product move more, what locations prefer this product. So those are the outcomes that you get from the quantitative. When it comes to the research role, so for the research roles in the qualitative, you have to be active participant. So when we are doing the qualitative interviews, we expect the interviewers to be the interviewee to be very active, interpretive, and very subjective. They're supposed to understand the topic well. You're not going to involve people who have few knowledge about the product. We get people who have more knowledge about the product. When it comes to the research roles for the quantitative, is all about objective observer. We're just observing. You're an observer of a certain product. You might have used it or not, but you observe on how it is used, severally the consistency of the product, and also seeks the neutrality. So we get randomly, we do it randomly. When it comes to validity and reliability, for the qualitative is trustworthy, transferability, credibility. So that is all about the qualitative. And when it comes to quantitative, their validity, reliability, and replicability. So those are the characteristics of both of them. When it comes to time and costs, about qualitative is very time consuming, but lower cost of small samples. So for qualitative, it's time consuming and lower cost for small samples. When it comes to time and cost for quantitative, can be expensive and time intensive due to large samples. If you include large samples, it can be very expensive. It can consume more time depending on the sample size. It can be small sample size or maybe large sample size. When to use it? When do you use qualitative? I'll give like 3 examples of when to use the qualitative. And the first example is when exploring new ideas or concept. You want to give a new idea in the market and introduce a new concept in the market. So that is when we use the qualitative research. Also, the second part that we use qualitative research is when understanding human behavior. You want to understand the behavior of humans. You want to understand how they behave towards a certain product. How do they behave toward a certain information. So you understand the human behavior. Also, we use it when depth is more important than breadth. So we are talking about the depth is more important than the breadth. When you're using the qualitative research now, We use it when testing theory or hypothesis. You're trying to test a certain hypothesis, you're trying to test a certain theory that will work in that product or it will work in the market. Also, when doing quantitative, we use it when generalizing results. We want to do a general result. We want to do maybe like an opinion poll. We want to understand like who is going to be voted more and who is not going to be voted and why. So we can use qualitative when generalizing the results. We give a general result or results on like who is going to lead on the elections. When precision is important, we also do it when precision is important. I think we've expounded all the topics about the qualitative and quantitative. And up to this point, I hope everyone has understood the differences of the two. If you've not understand, kindly write it in the comment section. And also, if you have any other difference that you feel like you know, make sure that you write it in the comment section. And if you feel like this topic and this information has really helped you, like, comment, and share this video. Thank you very much for my viewers. And to the next topic, keep watching. Thank you and bye.